Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and there are so many positive stories in the world of crypto right now. I'm telling you, like, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much in terms of price action to see a notable shift in how crypto media outlets report what's going on in the world of crypto here. And happy to see that. That's perfectly fine. And I also am looking forward to XRP ultimately catching back up price-wise to where it otherwise would have been had the SEC not gone on an attack against Ripple and as a result just attacked XRP holders. Here's a headline from the Crypto Basic. XRP needs to surpass $3.80 to catch up to Ethereum $196 billion market cap. And so, for those of you that were around back in the day, if you call it, like 2017, 2018, there were a number of instances where XRP actually was number 2 in terms of market cap. It was above ETH. And most of the time, fair, it was ETH. It has been ETH. That has almost always been in the number 2 spot ever since it existed anyway. But XRP historically hasn't been that far behind. And so I try to not get too upset about this because it bothers me. It does bother me when I think about how, yes, okay, XRP ran, moved in tandem with Bitcoin in 2021 during the last bull cycle when Bitcoin hit almost $70,000. Directionally, XRP did what it was supposed to do. It moved up. But it didn't hit a new all-time high. And it was the only top 10 crypto by market cap at that particular moment in time that didn't hit a new all-time high. Well, isn't that suspicious? Might that have something to do with the SEC? And so I think that there's been tremendous harm, and I suspect that XRP, in terms of price right now, it would have gone way higher, and it would have pulled back to a level that's much higher than what it is right now, at 51 cents. It would probably be, at least, what would you guess? Over $2, maybe over $3 right now? Maybe. I have a hard time believing that XRP would be that far off from ETH. Now, the good news is, although that damage was done, I personally, anyway, I do not believe for a moment that's permanent damage. Yeah, there'd be more money in XRP right now, and people never ended up purchasing it that otherwise would have purchased it, so there's less demand for it now than there otherwise would have been. But I think that markets, now that, the SEC isn't manipulating things in that way anymore, because this is already over, XRP has legal clarity, what do you think's going to happen? But I think that markets catch up. I think especially, and so what I think we're gonna have to wait, unfortunately, for is the true euphoria to come back in. But I think we're through the worst of the negative price action, right? After the FTX collapse in November of last year, we're through the worst of it in all likelihood. So all we got to do is nothing. We just get to be patient. We do have to be patient, and I think we're going to get ours. That's my suspicion. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. I want to share with you perspective from a number of analysts. And by the way, so again, as I record this, XRP is at 51 cents, Bitcoin, $27,147. You got the Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 47 out of 100. So market participants are now feeling neutral rather than in fear. Here you have chart analyst Kaleo, who shared the following with his 596,000 followers on X, formerly known as Twitter. And by the way, this guy, from what I've seen from him, he's not exactly a fan of XRP. But he said something positive about XRP, so I thought I'd just share it with you. It's like, I'm just telling you, so especially when I see the true haters, not that he is, when I see the true haters of XRP, of Ripple and or XRP, start saying positive things about XRP, which I think for some of them must be very painful to do. I always suspect that they're being quite truthful because it's not something they probably want to say here. So here's what chart analyst Kaleo said. I'm long XRP. The USD chart has found solid support after completely retracing to the pre-July SEC news levels, while the Bitcoin pair is on the verge of a higher time frame breakout. Considering the SEC's track record this year in cases against crypto, I'm buying the blood and taking the bet their interlocutory appeal gets denied, and this fool sins again. And so I'm not convinced at all that the news having to do with a potential appeal in the SEC v. Ripple case. I'm not convinced at all that has anything to do with the fact that XRP has been going down in price for the last couple months roughly. Because here's the thing: for anybody that's paying attention and it's not hard to understand. You don't have to be an attorney to know this stuff. The SEC literally stated that they're not seeking appeal of the legal status of XRP itself. They literally stated it. They said, they said that they're not going. Well, I pulled up the exact words. It doesn't matter. I'm paraphrasing, but they did communicate that concept. So if you're paying attention, is it really the case that most people just don't know that, and that's why XRP price went down? Because I'm just not convinced of it. There's nothing about XRP. Like, I give people more credit than that, is what I'm saying. There's no reason to think that XRP itself is suddenly going to just not have legal clarity. That doesn't make any sense. And so if there is an appeal, and even if the appeal is successful, which I doubt it would be, but even if, any sort of negative consequences would only be for Ripple and transactions specifically associated with Ripple, not for secondary market participants or anything else. So I personally am not worried about that. But indeed, there's actually let me just slightly jump ahead. I was going to pull this up a little bit later in the video, but I think it might flow better if I just cover this now. There was an article highlighting that a downtrend is broken. So there's another analyst here. Here we go. XRP has broken a multi-month descending trend line, gearing up for a rally to reclaim the $1 amid signs of the ASO indicator moving closer to a bullish cross. And so I don't feel it necessary to read this whole article. But for those of you looking at your screen, this is the chart that is being referenced here. And so yes, for the last couple months, we've been seeing a move to the downside ever since XRP got legal clarity, and Bitcoin went down too. So directionally, XRP continued to just do what Bitcoin was doing. But there's noting here that this is an analyst called XRP Captain. He's just noting here that after a little over 2 months now, that downtrend is broken, moving to the upside here. And then you have somebody like Halio saying, long XRP showing strength. Yeah. Then there's also this. There's this from another analyst within the community, Crypto Insight UK, who wrote in part, a technical update on XRP. We haven't broken anything. In fact, we are searching for a bottom in the exact area I called months ago, holding above 47 cents that I have highlighted below. And I don't want to read the whole thing. I try to give as little of the actual technical analysis. The stuff that gets really into the weeds, I try to do as little of that as possible on this channel because I don't think most people care. And if you do care about that stuff, there are other channels for that. I'm just not into it. To me, it bores me to tears. But I do I appreciate the work they do. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate the work that analysts do. But in the end, I'm just kind of curious to see what's your ultimate opinion, and then I especially appreciate if they can put it into terms that regular people who aren't analysts are going to understand. And then I just kind of track who is mostly correct over time. I just kind of observe that. Not that I literally am, I don't literally have a tally with all the analysts that I follow, but I get a feel. If I feel like, wow, I'm just noticing that this person's wrong all the time, or I think that this person is right most of the time. That's all I'm talking about here. But then at the end, and I don't want to read this whole post, you can pause it if you want to read the whole thing. But he then wrote, I feel we will see Bitcoin surge soon. It may have started now. Like it or not, Bitcoin is still the tide that lifts all boats. So let's hope for a large push there. It could catalyze an explosion for XRP. Time will tell. Yeah, and so that concept I certainly agree with. The idea that Bitcoin is what just leads XRP and leads the entire asset class, really. Which is why, and I've been saying this a fair bit lately, and I very strongly believe this. We should be, just about as excited for positive Bitcoin action as we are for XRP. Even if you don't hold Bitcoin and you're just excited about XRP, fair enough. XRP is my largest holding. That's the one I'm interested in. But Bitcoin leads the way. When I see Bitcoin going on a tear, I understand that it's just a matter of time until XRP ultimately does too, because the asset class moves in tandem. Then there was also this from chart analyst Credible Crypto. He wrote, some impressive strength overnight, having fully retraced our last dip already. Strength is surprising even me at the moment. Not sure what to make of it just yet, so we will be watching to see how things develop. Remember, clear $28,000 and bears are effed. And of course, talking about Bitcoin there. And so he is an analyst that's been saying very consistently that he firmly believes Bitcoin will hit a new all-time high this year. And that is bold. I don't know if that's going to happen. I hope he's right. I hope he's right. And he's also right that things can happen fast in crypto. But yeah, he's always been Mr. Bull. It's like this whole year, really. Well, even while people were, you know what the sentiment was in January, right? I mean, yes, things were starting to trend upwards, but even then, you may recall, people were thinking, okay, this is just a trick. It's going to move up a little bit, and then we're going to see $12,000 Bitcoin or $10,000 Bitcoin, and that never happened, of course. But throughout all of that, with the emotions running high, Credible Crypto has been firm. He's like, no, that's not what's going to happen. It's going to be moving to the upside. Things happen fast in crypto. That's pretty much it. Also, I wanted to highlight this. XRP closes in on Bitcoin and Ethereum with $1.03 billion 24-hour volume. Yeah, so volume up like 50%. And so anyway, check this out. XRP 24-hour trading volume surpasses $1.03 billion, making it the second most traded altcoin, while Korean exchange BitHum rivals Coinbase in XRP volume. According to CoinMarketCap data, XRP's trading volume in the last 24 hours has surpassed the previous days by at least 50%. In particular, market participants bought and sold, and I'll just use a round number here, 1 billion XRP. The over $1.03 billion figure represents a 68.97% uptick from the previous day. XRP seeks to maintain its footing above the 50-cent mark as more crypto market participants troop to trade the digital asset. Amid the volume increase, XRP has surged to 51 cents, with its 7-day cumulative performance now exceeding 8%. Yeah, so again, I know everybody was hoping that we'd get to a new all-time high after the legal clarity, but where's the demand for crypto in general? There are only so many people paying attention that would result. And yeah, so we did see the price of XRP just about double in a matter of hours, and that's cool, but it didn't even break a buck. So it's just the case that there aren't enough people focusing. There's just not enough demand. There's nothing wrong with XRP. XRP is now unshackled, and so I'm just going to sit here and wait, because it's an inevitability that at some point things are just going to keep running, and XRP is going to be a part of it this time. And so yes, XRP should be number 2 or 3 in terms of market cap right this second, but you can't. I've said it before. I'll say it again. You can't. Because we got the benefit of hindsight. You can't undo 2.5 years of price suppression in a matter of even a couple months. You can't do it. Now, as more people come in, yeah, I think we're going to see that problem fix itself. And I will note that on the institutional side, money has been just pouring into XRP. So even if there aren't enough speculators here to get any sort of notable move, and there's not sufficient demand in order to have any sort of particularly huge move right this second, okay, the institutions, and I do think that the people running these institutions, broadly speaking, they have a different type of behavior and mindset than the idiot retail speculators out there. They're placing their bets now with XRP, is my point. Just in a general sense, they're holding XRP right now, and it's increased dramatically this year. And then retail's just going to follow. That's what I think. So we'll see. Either way, I'm just saying, I could not be more happy to be here. Yes, it's frustrating to think about the fact that XRP, the prices still are, suppressed even today compared to what it otherwise would have been. And I think that I would have already gotten my life-changing wealth from crypto and XRP specifically over 2 years ago, if not for Jay Clayton. But you know what? I'm just being an adult about it. I recognize that despite that, all I can do about it is exactly nothing anyway, and I still think it's going to come. So it was suppressed, but you can't stop this thing. That's the way I look at it. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.